Hello and welcome to Primo Trades. My name is Stephen Primo. I'm the president and founder of Specialist Trading. And in these brief educational presentations that I share with you once a week, I show you different techniques, tips, and strategies that I've accumulated in my 45 years of trading and show you how simple it is to become a consistent trader by applying them on our PTS Primo Charting platform. Now, in today's educational video, I'm going to reveal a strategy that's actually designed to buy low and to sell high. But first, let me share with you today's theme. And that's something my mentors taught me. And it's simply being out of sync with the market is at the root of all of your losses. I mean, think about it. Whenever you lose, it's basically just being out of sync. When you buy something, you want it to go higher, right? But it goes lower, you lose because you're out of sync. When you sell something, hoping for it to go lower, and it goes the opposite way, you're out of sync. So rather than blaming it on some news event or blaming it on the markets or blaming it on a terrible strategy you have, really just focus on the common denominator in that you are out of sync with the market. So what we need is a method or a strategy that's designed to be in sync. And that's what we're going to be talking about today. And we're going to be talking about pullback trading because this is the type of strategy designed to get you in sync. Now, if you're not fully aware of what pullback trading is, let me share with you the definition of a pullback method. In an overall uptrend, a pullback method is designed to buy at lower levels. And conversely, in an overall downtrend, a pullback method is designed to sell at higher levels. Now, I'm proud to say we have an extremely consistent pullback method at Specialist Trading and Pro Trader Strategies, and that's what we're going to be sharing with you today. Some of the results on the PTS Primo Charting platform, the educational platform that teaches you how to trade. So let's toggle over onto the PTS Primo Charts and let's show you some stocks and how well you could have traded by applying strategy number one. As we see here in BKNG, obviously the trend is up. And this is how most traders fail because as the market proceeds, we see that it starts to go in the opposite direction. Let's say as we look a little bit closer here, we see that it broke this uptrend. In fact, it gapped down. So you're starting to say to yourself, well, maybe I don't want to be buying this, or actually I should be selling if I have a position in this because that guy in the chat room told me that the trend is now down. Well, strategy number one is designed to buy at lower levels in an already established uptrend. On our platform, all you have to do is simply click on strategy number one, click on signal arrows, and you see that where you thought the trend had changed by being out of sync with the market, strategy number one actually generated a buy signal. And just days later, when everyone else had sold, you could have been long while it was making brand new highs. As we look at Netflix, same process. Netflix had been going lower, but coming into this month, it started to make new highs. And so you're excited about this, thinking that the trend is up. So as you buy, look what happens. It starts to go lower. Once again, you get discouraged. You say to yourself, well, obviously the trend has changed. It keeps going lower and lower. I'm just going to continue losing money here. So I'm going to get out of this trade before I lose any more. Well, in all actuality, by the requirements in strategy number one, it deemed that the overall trend is still up. Remember, it's designed to buy at lower levels. On our platform, click on signal arrows, and you would have seen, once again, two more buy signals that you could have taken advantage of. And later on, you could have been holding the stock while it made brand new highs. Now, this works to the downside just as well. As you can see here, Tesla has been going lower. And this is why most traders fail, because as the stock is going lower, we've all been taught to buy low, right? Well, how well would that have helped you as Tesla continued to go lower? Excuse me, we apply strategy number one, and we see that rather than buying, it knew that the overall trend was down, and it just generated signals at these short-term highs. How about Amazon? Amazon has been going lower. What if you had bought right here thinking that we were starting to go back up? You would have had a huge loss on your hand. Every time we made lower lows, we bounced for a little bit thinking that the trend had changed, and then it continued to go lower. This is what strategy number one takes into account. And you can see it sells on these short-term bounces rather than buys because it's in sync with the overall trend being down. As we look at IDXX, once again, it looked as if the trend had changed. We're starting to go lower, so you want to exit your position. But if you're trading strategy number one, you would have seen that there was a buy signal right at the very low of that so-called downtrend, and you could have taken advantage of a real nice upward move coming here in the next days. CRWD, the same process. As it went lower, when everyone thought it was bouncing up, that's when you're selling. Bounces up, that's when you sell. Bounces up, that's when you sell. Now, a lot of traders say, well, what about news events? What happens when the news comes into play? Well, let's look at this chart in Meta, okay? As we see here, some news event or something happened right here which caused the stock to gap down sharper. Remember, we are only concerned about what the chart in front of us is telling. And the overall trend is obviously going lower. So obviously, we just want to sell. And right here, just days before that announcement that caused the stock to gap down, strategy number one was generating some sell signals. Now, if you're an intraday trader, we look at a 1 hour chart of Lulu right here. Right before it took off, it had basically been going sideways to a little bit lower. Could strategy number one have helped us? Well, if we click it on, we see that there was a buy signal 1 hour just before it took off and started to go straight up. If we're an investor, we can apply this to a weekly chart. Same process, the overall trend is down. Rather than get sucked in and be out of sync with the market, thinking this is an uptrend, this was actually just a short-term bounce in an overall downtrend, and you could have taken advantage of this big move. If you're a currency pair trader, here's a 4 hour chart of the British pound. It looked as if it was going lower, then all of a sudden shot straight up. Well, strategy number one knew that this was just a short-term sell-off in an overall uptrend, and there was a cluster of buy signals right here. So you see how strategy number one, a pullback method, can really get you in sync with the market and have you trading and becoming a more consistent trader because you no longer are out of sync with whatever market you're trading. And everything you just saw here displayed on the PTS Primo charting platform is easily accessible and one click away. Now, if you have any more questions regarding strategy number one or the PTS Primo charting platform, please do not hesitate to contact Pro Trader Strategies. I would highly suggest giving them a call at area code 310-598-6677. They can tell you about current prices and about the most recent discounts we have in any one of our strategies, tips, techniques, or methods. As we close right here and take a look at our disclaimer, I want to thank you once again for taking time out of your day to watch this video. I hope you learned something, and most especially, I look forward to all of you becoming students of mine at Specialist Trading. Thanks for watching Primo Trades. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.